Well, hello, beautiful people. I hope all of you are live and well wherever you are. Thank you, everybody from London to Australia to New Zealand and the States. All thanks so very much for joining. I thought I'd do a live because I don't know how you feel about this, but don't you just feel bombarded with all these stupid news and it's like there's so much going on that it's like it's done on purpose. Does that make any sense? Hello, Marcy Watkins from Texas. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. But it feels like there is, for me at least, there's this bombardment of news on purpose. Um, it's kind of like they want us to lose perspective of what's really going on. Have you noticed how the story that Parliament, UK Parliament, sent letters to YouTube, TikTok, all the social platforms um, to cancel Russell Brand, which should be a red alert for everybody. Now, if it's something like that, it makes me wonder if they did the same for Harry and Meghan Markle, but not to censor them, but to censor people who were speaking against them. For example, we saw Piers Morgan being canceled on air because he had the mitigating goal of saying, I don't believe the used cars, I don't believe her crap. He was canceled live on air. So I wonder if if this very same lady was sending emails, letters to the reporters. I mean, what do you guys think? Because why? Oh, thank you so much, Del Plumber. Why do you think? Why didn't Parliament contact social media to say you can't be publishing these things because this is defamatory? What Harry and Meghan Markle are saying are causing political. It has very serious diplomatic. I can't think today. It has very serious diplomatic consequences and is endangering the lives of the monarchy, of the family, royal family, while creating all these conflicts based on defamations. Because these things haven't been what Meghan Markle and Harry said. Harry himself came later, 2 years later, and said, what raised him? Meghan never said they were raised. I guess he didn't watch the whole video. Okay. Hi, Isabella. I just started. Thanks for that. I want to say thank you to all of you guys. I hope you buy raffle tickets. I just wanted to explain here why I chose that thing. It's because on YouTube, they control everything. And we're not allowed to, we have to use a site that they work with. And they didn't allow me to do a lower price for the tickets. And that was the least amount of tickets I could get. So I hope you can go and buy one. The raffle closes on the 1st of October. But I wanted to talk about this because there's quite a few things going on here. I posted today in my video, I hope you go watch it, that this guy on Parliament came and said that His Majesty the King has said that only working royals will be counselors of state. Only working royals. I got bad news for him. Harry and Meghan Markle are still considered working royals because they are still on the working royals website. If they weren't working royals, they wouldn't be there at all. Pamela Cox, you look pretty today. Yeah, put eyeliner. I put eyeliner and mascara. That's it. Eyeliner. Oh no, and lipstick. Lipstick. I always put lipstick because I know it grosses you out if you can see that thing there. So yeah. I know people say I use filters. I don't even know how to use filters. You can see all my wrinkles, guys. I mean, I don't know. I always get this guy who's always saying that I'm wearing filters and stuff like that. I wish I knew how to do it. I don't. It depends on the lighting. Hello, Beth Mo MacIver. So what do you guys, it is my firm belief that what that man said in Parliament, that only the working royals will be counselors of state. Harry and Meghan are still working royals. Because if you go to the royal website, you will see there that they are there. If you go to the royal family, actually, let me try and do this for you. I have a few things prepared, but I'm going to do this here with you guys right now. Okay? So I'm going to share the screen here, and I'm going to go to the royal website right now. Okay? Okay, so I'm here. This is the official royal website, right? The king. You go to where it says the royal family, the role of the royal family, right? The role of the royal family, members of the royal family work together to support the king in his official duty. Okay, it says there, members of the royal family work together to support the king in his official duties. And below are the members of the royal family who support the king. And guess who's there? The Duke of Sussex. And they go on, and it says that he has stepped back as senior members of the royal family. Let me tell you why words matter. They didn't say they have stepped back as working members of the royal family. It says there they step back as senior members. They shouldn't even be there at all because they didn't step back. They stepped down. They were kicked out or whatever, right? But then in the following things, they're balancing their time between the United Kingdom and North America, continuing to honor their duty to the king, the Commonwealth, and their patronages. And before you lose your knickers, you can see that it was updated because their duty to the king is no longer the queen, right? If you go to his biography, and this is the thing that they're trying to be very sneaky about. Okay, it's saying this was added on, I think about a week and a half ago. There you can see that everything has been updated because it has here the Duke and Duchess have 2 children, Princess Archie of Sussex and Princess Lilibet of Sussex. Their official residence is Frogmore Cottage. But as announced in January 2020, the Duke and Duchess will spend the majority of time in North America following their decision to step back as senior members of the royal family, not as working members of the royal family. In law, I've learned the hard way, words matter. And this was added on just recently. I mean, I'm showing this to you on real time, okay? And here you have Harry, all of the things that he does. And then he goes, and then it goes here, supporting that they give huge thing, African conservation heads together. Biography, that's where you see that they have changed, that their official residence is Frogmore. And then he goes, his fictitious military career and his duties. Okay. There are his duties right here, guys. His titles. Okay. And supporting the monarch. This is very important. Following the announcement that the Duke and Duchess will be stepping back as senior members of the royal family, their roles will continue to reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch. This is illegal for Meghan Markle because she's American. She cannot have allegiance to a foreign, unless she renounces her citizenship. But it says there that they both have basically sworn allegiance, which is illegal in the United States. Okay. To reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch, not to the queen, it was updated as they transition into the new working model. Why are they even talking about Harry and Meghan Markle in the royal website about what they do or they don't do if they're no longer working members of the royal family? Okay, and then it goes, the Duke attaches great importance to his role in the royal family's public service to the UK and around the Commonwealth. He has been inspired by the example of duty and leadership of his grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, and his father, the King. Should I repeat that to you? Should I repeat that to you? Should I read that right now back? Do you understand what it says here? Do you understand the legal implications about this? I don't know if you understand that, because it has serious legal implications. Harry, official residence is Frogmore, and I will read it back to you guys. Following the announcement that the Duke and Duchess will be stepping back as senior members of the royal family, the roles will continue to reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch as they transition into the new working model. Whose new working model? Is that what Charles sent them to do over there in that new working model for the monarchy? Because let's not forget that Meghan announced, I think it was through People Magazine or Vanity Fair, that Lily and Archie are now prince and princess. In 24 hours, it was updated in the royal website. Okay. They will be stepping back as senior members of the royal family, not as working members of the royal family. Please listen to the words. The roles will continue to reflect their sense of duty and allegiance to the monarch as they transition into the new working model. The Duke attaches great importance to his role in the royal family's public service. Does that mean that Harry's still in the royal family's public service to the UK and around the Commonwealth? Okay, so if there's anybody here who's a lawyer, it will tell you that words matter in court. Because when Harry goes back and Meghan go back to working in the monarchy, it's going to be said here, oh, we never said they quit. We said they were stepping back as senior royals, but we never said they stopped being working royals. Words matter. Because nowhere in this site it says that Harry and Meghan are not working royals. It only says that they're not senior royals, not working royals. Okay. Kelly Evans, Harry needs a UK address for his visa. Once again, Charles is allowing. No, actually, he doesn't. He doesn't, because it's in the United States as the husband of an American citizen. So he already has residence there through that. Okay. So yeah, so we have that. Now, I don't, I mean, if there's any, if there's a lawyer there, please comment on that, because words matter. Words matter. I've learned that the hard way. A preposition can change the meaning of an entire sentence and can give you a different legal meaning. Okay, so when this guy comes on and says that the king has said that only working royals will be counselors of state, Harry is a counselor, can be a counselor of state, because nowhere in his resume there, he's not considered a working royal. In fact, he's very much on the royal website for working royals. Okay. Amy Lynn, Amy Lynn, go watch. That's a very good question. Why can't Parliament take their titles? They're a disgrace using their titles. Okay, as it stands now, we always have to start from the point that the monarchy is a constitutional monarchy. It's not an absolute monarchy, which means that you beautiful people in the United Kingdom have all the power in the world, and you can use it through Parliament, because those jerks in Parliament want to be elected. And if they don't do what you ask, then you have a very powerful thing called your vote, right? So because it's a constitutional monarchy right now, Parliament is allowing, or has allowed, that the king has the monarch has absolute say over royal titles, styles, and dignities, because they're all honorary and belong to the monarchy, to the royal house. Okay. But this is what I said in my video today. You beautiful people can decide that that can no longer be the case, because you see, the royal titles were never meant to be used for personal gain or exploitation. Okay? That's the royal titles. First, they're to be used only in the United Kingdom. I mean, unless you go representing abroad or whatever. But it's kind of like a work title. That's how it has evolved into, you know. So it shouldn't really, they should legislate Actually, you can ask Parliament to legislate the use of royal titles. Right now, I know what you're going to talk about. There's that bill that's going through. That's from the House of Lords, and they haven't even started the second reading, and it's very highly unlikely. The best thing to do is to create an act, or yeah, you can request an act to be created to legislate the use of royal titles. Say, yes, His Majesty the King can give and grant and take away titles, but the titles can only be used for these specific things, can only be used for royal engagements while you are a working royal in the royal family. They cannot be used for exploiting for personal gain, because people pay for that, and it automatically grants them privileges. Whether we like it or not, it does. You know? So, I mean, let me know what you guys think, but, so that's just, so you can actually ask UK Parliament to legislate the use of titles and ask them to reinstate, because there was a law up until 1948 that stated that all royal children's births had to be witnessed by the Home Secretary and two other people. So they would sign, they testify, and the easel that is put outside. Before, it was a home secretary and two others and one doctor who witnessed that, and they would put that on the easel. But when the Queen gave birth, they removed that when the Queen was pregnant with Prince Charles. So, but with the understanding that they would present it and put it out there with the doctor's signatures and all the other information. But because it's not law, a lot of the sugars come back and say, well, it's not law. It was just protocol, but it's not mandatory. And that is how Meghan and Harry are getting away with so much. So when these people are here, when this guy just gave his speech, only working members are going to be counselors of state. If that is the case, why did Charles request to expand the number of people who can be counselors of state, if it's already understood that only working members of the royal family can be counselors of state? Because if that is true, what this guy said, it automatically disqualifies Harry and Andrew. So there was no need to expand it, because if that is true, Harry and Andrew are disqualified, because officially they are no longer working members of the royal family. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I'm reading Christine here. Christine, Paula, I've looked up all you've said about titles, and I'll say you're 100% accurate. People need to know this. I've been saying this for the past 2.5 years. I've given you screenshots and even the links from the answers of Parliament to the people's request to asking Parliament to remove titles, where they say that all titles, all royal titles, because there's a Peerages Act, which is different. All royal titles are honorary and therefore at the discretion of the monarch, and the styles as well. Paula, have you listened to Jack Royston's new podcast? I didn't even know he had one. I really don't have time, guys. You really have no idea how busy I am, and certain things have happened, so yes. So now I want to show you something, because we have to get into certain things that I wanted to do this live for, because how so many things have happened, and it's like a big distraction of everything. Like, for example, Beyonce had a fundraiser, right? Beyonce had a fundraiser. She did in July. She did in July. And guess who wasn't there? Harry and Meghan Markle weren't there. And this weekend, I believe Jay-Z is having a weekend of it's in Atlantic City. It's a fundraiser, $1 million fundraiser. That's the pot, and people buy their entrance with 100,000, and those who want to watch 50,000, right? It's funny though. I can guarantee you, maybe none of you knew that Beyonce had this huge fundraiser in New York, and I think it was July 15th. But Beyonce is not stupid enough. She's not going to allow Meghan Markle to steal her thunder, a D-lister. Oh, Lori E. Oh, well, we're going to talk about this, Lori E, very soon. But I want to talk to you about a few things here because, Debbie James, the monarchy is needed. The monarchy system works as long as the members of the royal family are credible, honest, transparent, decent, and do not exploit it. And honestly, we have Harry in the United States, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Meghan writing to Congress using royal title, not Rachel Meghan Markle. And Parliament stayed quiet. Parliament did not issue a letter, did it? Parliament did not issue a public letter, in spite of the fact that we had members of Congress writing to the UK ambassador in the United States and writing to Parliament saying, why is this woman using a royal title? Why can't you regulate your shit? So the monarchy is a good system as long as any system is, for example, democracy is a good system as long as as the people who lead it are decent, transparent, and follow its principles, instead of using those positions for exploitation, corruption, and stuff like that. Any system is as good as its people, the people who are, who the system is composed of. So the monarchy, hand on heart, the British monarchy right now, who do you trust? Because let me tell you something, UK Parliament, and this is the point I'm going to get at, UK Parliament has the power to tell Charles, we've had enough. We have given you the privilege to regulate, issue, and do things with the royal family, but clearly you cannot control the use of it, because royal titles are prestigious titles to represent the British people, because they are part of the monarchy. They're not fun titles for Meghan and Harry, the likes of a D-lister skank like Meghan Markle, to go right to her own country. She didn't write it as Rachel Meghan Markle. It was the Duchess of Sussex from the office of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Okay? The monarchy, Debbie James says the monarchy should not be tainted by those two grifters. Again, and I know that I bore you guys with these messages, and I keep telling you, Meghan Markle and Harry are nobodies, but they're nobodies who are being allowed to run. And I've always keep telling you that behavior will only escalate when it's not stopped. They don't care. Go watch my video today. I did an earlier video, but for some reason you guys don't like it. Hardly anybody has watched it. These people are running amok. I mean, Harry and Meghan Markle really don't care what happens or what they do or the action because they don't fear any consequences to their actions, because they have never faced any. So they will only escalate their nasty behavior until something severe happens, because they're going to turn around and say, but wait, you let me say all of this. Now you're upset about this other thing. It's like when you're with an abusive person and they beat the crap out of you. And they beat you, and they're so used to beating you up that when that day comes, when you turn around and punch the mother effer off in the face and you say F you, and you run out, they're like, how dare you? How dare you not allow me to continue abusing you? I mean, Isabella K., don't write to Buckingham Palace. Don't do petitions and GoFundMe, because they don't work. But you can do parliamentary petitions demanding that they legislate the use of royal titles, and you can cite many examples of royals using titles, of members of the royal family using their titles for personal exploitation, and that should not be allowed. That is a UK parliamentary petition, and when you have that, send it to me. And you can cite Prince Andrew, Prince Harry, Meghan, You can say that Meghan Markle, Rachel, the Duchess of Sussex, wrote to the you, even though she's an American citizen, she did not. She wrote to the Congress, to the U.S. Congress, not as an American citizen using her own name, but using a royal title. And Parliament remained quiet, and yet they go after Russell. Russell. I don't care what Russell Brand has done. That's irrelevant to this point. These are all accusations, but Jerietta Archer, Meghan is so arrogant. Yeah, but she's arrogant because she's allowed to continue behaving this way without any consequences. I can tell you, she was genuinely shocked when that man on stage laughed at her. She was genuinely shocked when she wasn't handed over the microphone because she's gotten so used to getting her way all the time. So I want to show you something here and we're going to get into this. We're going to start with a letter that I want to share with you guys, written by Thomas Markle Jr. Okay. Let me see. Okay. This is 2018. I think it's April 26, 2018, before the wedding. Dear Prince Harry, it's not too late. Meghan Markle is obviously not the right woman for you. As more time passes to your royal wedding, remember that I'm dyslexic, guys. Because it became very clear that this is the biggest mistake in royal wedding history. Well, other than Wallace Simpson, I grant them that. I'm confused why you don't see the real Meghan that the whole world now sees. Meghan's attempts to act the part of a princess, like a below sea average Hollywood actress, is getting old. What kind of person starts out by using her own father until he's bankrupt, then forgets about him in Mexico, leaving him broke over mostly all of her debt? And when it's time to pay him back, she forgets her own father like she never knew him. My father will never recover financially from paying Meghan's way, nor emotionally from disavowing him. Meg is showing her true colors. It's very apparent that her tiny bit of Hollywood fame has gone to her head, changing her into a jaded, shallow, conceited woman that will make a joke out of you and the royal family's heritage. Okay? Wait, I'm going to read you. I'm going to read you the second part, okay? So here we go. Are you watching it? Are you seeing the image? Can you see the image? Let me know if you can see the image, please. Not to mention, to top it all off, she doesn't invite her own family and instead invites complete strangers to her wedding. Who does that? You and the royal family should put an end to this fake fairy tale wedding before it's too late. Her own father didn't get an invite, whom should be walking her down the aisle. She forgets, if it wasn't for my father, she would be bussing tables and babysitting to pay her old debts off. The whole world is watching Meg the whole world is watching Meg make bad decisions and choices. It's not too late, Henry. Meghan is still my sister. She is family. So whatever happens is up to her. Whether she wants to forget knowing me or the rest of her family comes first. Also, you would think that a royal wedding would bring a torn family closer together. I don't know about you. But that was pretty bang on. What do you guys think? Peachy Nan, I agree that Charles would not change. Why would Charles change? Even Princess Anne says, you know what you're getting. Why would he change at 70? How many years is he now? But the older you get, the more set in your ways you get, especially when you don't have anybody telling you not to do that. Okay? So now, why does this matter? I want to show you the kind of person that the royal family are covering up for, because I found some information. I'm just waiting confirmation for it to be verified, because you guys know that I don't like to put out stuff. And you'll be blown away as to who is helping still Harry and Meghan Markle. Bear in mind, Buckingham Palace and the UK Parliament are still protecting Harry and Meghan Markle. They are still writing to TV stations and other people to censor people like me to be canceled when we speak out against them, or when we say things that are too close to the truth. Okay? So I just want to show you this, okay? Because I think it's very important for you guys to see this. Okay, let me share this with you. I think we all remember this, right? We all remember this article, the truth about Meghan Markle's dad and the letter she wrote him after the wedding. And look, the headline: the truth about Meghan Markle's dad and the letter she wrote to him after the wedding. The truth, not her truth. When you say the truth, it means that it's backed by facts, right? It starts with, he knows how to get in touch with her. A longtime friend tells people in this week's issue. We now know that it was Jessica. At least we know two: Jessica Mulrooney and Abigail Spencer. We know that there were two of them. At least we know that, because Abigail Spencer admitted it on the Netflix thing, that I was very good friends with the editor of People magazine. So I went to them and we published this. He knows how to get in touch with her, a longtime friend tells people in this week's issue. If you think about it, think about these 5 sick individuals who knew her father had had heart attack, who knew what Meghan Markle was up to, and went to try to finish the job, because he didn't die of the heart attack. We're going to make sure we finish him. And also because Mr. Markle didn't publish the letter. He was forced to defend himself by showing some parts of the letter. Meghan Markle has never spoken publicly about her relationship with her father since entering royal life, but her father has frequently done the opposite, of course, because he was ghosted by the daughter he raised by himself, because Doria is such a skank. She was away. In various interviews, Thomas Markle has claimed that he has no way to reach his daughter, of course, because she ghosted the hell out of him. In this week's People's cover story, Meghan's best friends offer a very different perspective. He knows how to get in touch with her. Her telephone number hasn't changed, says a longtime friend, most likely Abigail or Jessica. He's never called, which is BS. He's never texted, another BS. It's super painful because Meg was always so dutiful. I think she will always feel genuinely devastated by what he's done. What? And I'm asking you, what did he do? Most likely he was set up by his own daughter to get some pictures, so she would have an excuse to vilify. But what does he do? He didn't do anything against her. He only had some pictures taken because he probably wasn't invited to the wedding. So he was sending a signal that he's getting ready to go to the wedding, which must have pissed Meghan Markle off, because she never intended to have him there. And at the same time, because she's a daughter, she has a lot of sympathy for him, not according to that Mr. Markle says in the letter. And I, for one, believe him. In the week before Meghan's May 19th wedding to Prince Harry, Thomas decided not to attend after an arrangement with a paparazzi to stage several photoshops ahead of the big day was revealed. Do you understand that sentence? They don't mention that he had a heart attack, and this is why he couldn't attend. Are we watching the same thing? I mean, are we watching the same thing here? Because this is insane, okay? Since then, Meghan's half-sister Samantha, who claimed responsibility for arranging her father's paparazzi photos before the wedding, has continued to speak critically of her to the UK tabloids. After the pap photos emerged, Meghan and Harry were still so focused on getting Tom to London, which is not true. So because it's so funny, like They couldn't communicate with him. It's such a contradiction. Meghan says that her father didn't know that he ghosted her. She's basically saying that he ghosted her and she had no way to communicate. So why would they send a car over to pick him up if she has no communications with him? That they bought a New Zealand airline ticket. Why would you buy it? And New Zealand has come on, I think, and confirmed that there's no tickets were ever bought for Mr. Markle. Okay. At no point was there talk of, now that we know he lied, he's in trouble. Tom wouldn't take her calls, wouldn't take Harry's calls because he had a heart attack. Okay. The next morning when the car got there to take him to the airport, he wouldn't get in. He was at the hospital. How can he get into a car when he's at the hospital? Later, Meghan heard he had a heart attack and she's calling and texting even up to the night before the wedding. It was like, please pick up. I love you and I'm scared. Why would she be scared? Instead of, I am worried about you, Dad. I am scared. I love you. It was endless. After the wedding, she wrote him a letter. She's like, Dad, I am so heartbroken. I love you. I have one father. Please stop victimizing me. The fucking victim. I mean, there's a word that I can use. It writes with the word can't, but it's with a you. Okay. Because every time her team has to come to her and fact check something he has said, it's an arrow to her heart because he was speaking the truth. She wasn't. That's why the arrow to her heart was happening, because he was calling out all her lies. Okay. He writes her a really long letter in return, and he closes it by requesting a photo op with her. Yeah, because in his mind, he's thinking, how can we make this stop? I understand that, because he's thinking maybe if people see that we're okay, they're going to stop bothering us, and they're this whole drama that we're not talking to each other is going to end, right? But no, she turns it around and says, oh, he wants a photo op with me. And she feels like that's the opposite of what I'm saying. Yeah, because she was telling her own father, and I'm sorry, I'm going to swear, to fuck right off. It was not a, Daddy, I love you. How can we make things happen? No, you stay the F away from me. I am telling you, I don't want to communicate through the media. And you're asking me to communicate through the media because she won't answer anything. She, like the Queen said, why doesn't she just get on a plane and go see her father? Okay. So I just the reason why I'm bringing this up is because of the following that I want to bring up to you guys. Okay. We're having, I'm sorry, I wasn't reading the comments, guys. It's because I have, when I'm sharing screens, I either have to look at the other thing or I don't look that. So hello, beautiful people who are joining us and stuff like that. The reason why I read that article is because of the following. Okay. And I'm going to share with you. Okay. I got it here. I'm just, I even did this on time to show you guys. Okay. This is very important, guys. Can you see this? Hi, Jason. I hope the I think it's recess is going well. I am currently in Toronto, and this is August 22nd, 2018. This is while Meghan Markle didn't have her passport. She's just gotten married in May. She went on a honeymoon. She went to weddings, to Italy twice. And then here, these are the text messages between Meghan Markle and Jason Knauf, who was the communications secretary of Harry, Meghan, William, and Catherine. So she's in Toronto, August 20, I think it's 22nd, 2018. So she's in Toronto, and we know that in Toronto, she's with Jessica Mulroney, right? I am currently in Toronto and have drafted a letter to have mailed to my dad. I share this with you in confidence, the letter itself and its contents. My plan is to write it by hand and FedEx it to this person, because it's blacked out, who will then mail it to my father. My thinking behind this, unlike a text or email, it can't be forwarded or cut and pasted to only share one small portion. Okay, this is where I want to talk to you. Premeditation. She knew that this means that she had contacted a lawyer, and the lawyer had told her in London or in the United States, most likely in the United Kingdom, had told her to write long sentences because it had to be, in order to be printed in the press, there could only be a certain amount of words said. So she wrote it long on purpose. So her father, if he had to share something, it would have to be the whole sentence, which was long enough for her to claim copyright or whatever it was that she wanted to claim. Okay? So there is premeditation, because she knew that she had to write a long way. So it says here, my thinking behind this, unlike a text or an email, can be forwarded. Okay. It also does not open the door for a conversation. The catalyst for my doing this is seeing how much pain this is causing H. Even after a week with his dad and endless explaining the situation, his family seemed to forget the context. The context is that her father knew the truth and was calling her out as a liar, and revert to, can't she just go and see him and make this stop? So they fundamentally don't understand. I'm gonna pause this one. And oh, thank you so much, Peachy Nana. Thank you so very much. Continue telling the truth. We will be here to support you. Thank you so very much, Peachy Nana. Now I want to share with you the other part. There's this part that I want to share here because it's very important. Is this bit here, because this is the continuation of the body. Because writing this letter, the writing of this, because H will be able to say to his family, she wrote him a letter and he's still doing it. By taking this form of action, I protect my husband from this constant berating, and while unlikely, perhaps it will give my father a moment to pause. Obviously, everything I have drafted is with the understanding that it could be leaked, so I have been meticulous in my word choice. But please do let me know if anything stands out for you as a liability. Eager to hear your thoughts. If this isn't a nasty bit, if she's in a nasty bitch, I don't know who isn't. I don't know if she's not a nasty bullying bitch. I don't know what that is. And I am baffled by all of this. I am baffled by all of this. I mean, and she even talks about putting the word daddy in there to pull at the heartstrings. Now, what I want to show you is the following. I want to show you the following, because I personally don't believe that Jason Knauf is the hero in this drama at all. That it shows that the UK government is still protecting Harry and Meghan Markle. If you think that they're not, you got another one coming, because what I'm about to discuss, I'm going to tell you something. Harry, he signed a deal for 5 books, just like they signed a deal with Spotify and Netflix, but they don't get paid all the money up front. I don't know why some people think we're imbeciles, that they think that Penguin's Random House gave Harry the 20 million in advance for 5 books that he hasn't written. Harry got paid. Each book is worth 4 million to him, because it's 5 books, it's 20 million, right? And I don't know if he has an agreement to the percentage of the sales, right? So they got, let's say Harry got paid the 4 million. We know that it wasn't a bestseller. We know that their Netflix thing has kaput. We know that Spotify did not give them all the money. They didn't get the 18 million pounds that they've been saying. If they got 1 or 2 million at most, that's it. We know that it costs them almost $4 million a year, $3 to $4 million a year for their security. We know that because Harry said it also. He said it in different interviews that it cost him about $3 million a year, $3 to $4 million a year, the type of security he's used to. Okay. So, and on top of that, they have to pay the house where they supposedly live in. It's about $400,000 a month with the mortgage and everything that they have to come up with. Harry contrary to what people think, doesn't have access to all of his mother's money. It's in a trust fund. And I don't think it can touch it. I think that it's all an investment and all kinds of things. So he's been living off the interest or whatever benefits he gets from the trust fund. I don't know if he was able to break the trust fund, but I don't know if that's allowed. Okay, so where are they getting all the money for all of this? Where are they getting the money for all of this? Meghan Markle was never a multimillionaire. Meghan Markle never made $50,000 per episode. That type of show, according to the SAG, the union, actors union, because they didn't have enough funds to, they were even using those like screens, you know, that they used to pretend there was a city. They couldn't even use like popular songs because it was too expensive. Okay. Melissa Crawford, I get bad news for you. It's not Charles. As much as I despise him, it's not Charles giving them money. But it is the UK Parliament, because the UK Parliament has been so complicit. And believe you me, people, they want to make you feel like you have no power. You do have power. Write a UK parliamentary petition demanding that they legislate the use of the royal titles, since they can't control for now, because it's Parliament who's giving the king power. It's you people who give the king power. It's not the other way around. It's not an absolute monarchy. You can tell Parliament, we have to regulate this shit. We have, who was it, Prince, which one, the Duke of Kent, which one was it that he was doing these things saying that he was going to give money here and there? We have all these shady deals with Prince Andrew. Sarah, Duchess of York, who should have done at least 2 years in jail when she was caught in that video selling access to Prince Andrew, who was the trade ambassador to the United Kingdom. And yes, Bandard, 57, Harry is with the Aspen Institute to stop our freedom of speech. He's danger to America. But let's not forget not only Harry. Let's not forget not only Harry. UK Parliament is trying to censor free speech. We have proof of that. This should be made transparent, whether UK Parliament has been sending letters to TV stations. Guys, I really wish you would understand how hard it is to talk about this topic of Harry and Meghan Markle. Here, we get so much censorship. We get so much censorship all the time. So it begs, I'm going to actually write to YouTube and ask them if they have received a letter from UK Parliament. I don't know if that will ever be disclosed, but I really do want to ask them if there's some form of censorship from UK Parliament to YouTube, TikTok, or anything of that matter. Because now we know that they do it. We know for a fact that UK Parliament sends letters to social media sent for censorship. I didn't want to believe it, but there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that why is Harry a foreigner in the board of directors or something like that of the Aspen Institute to regular censorship and disguise it as being kind to each other, while Harry and Meghan are nasty to everybody else. So, I mean, I just wanted to do this live because it's very important. And I'm going to show you something here as well. I'm going to show you this because this is very important. Timeline of Jason Knauf's involvement with Meghan Markle and Prince William. And it goes here, Jason Knauf is a former Kensington Palace communications aide who worked at shaping the media narrative surrounding Prince William, Kate Middleton, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle during some of the most difficult years faced by the royal family in the past 2 decades. Okay? And then go here and they describe what he did, okay? And then during his time with the royals, he published important press releases, including a November 2016 rebuke of racist reporting by the media about Meghan, which again, I don't know why he did that, because Camilla Tominey reported that Harry and Meghan were together on October 31st. And then this was published, I think, the 7th or 8th. And nobody really picked up on it. There was nothing racist around Meghan Markle. I'm going to do a video. It's called How Black is Meghan Markle? And also Meghan Markle accused of stealing for reals to another celebrity. So during his time with the royals, he published, well, there we go. Things appeared to sour in 2018 when it was later revealed that the aide had raised concerns about the Duchess bullying staff members. When William and Harry split their staff, Knauf stayed with the Cambridges, becoming an advisor before moving on to head their charitable foundation. This man should be fired and should have never received any honors. In 2021, Knauf found himself in the spotlight when he provided evidence to the British High Court regarding Meghan's privacy lawsuit against the Mail and Sunday newspaper, which had published extracts of a private letter written to her father in 2018. Knauf's evidence caused embarrassment for Meghan, who made an apology for misleading the court over statements saying she had not collaborated with the authors of the Harry and Meghan biography. Okay, so this says the court case concluded in 2021 with a win for Meghan Markle, but as shown in their recently released Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, it took its toll on her mental and physical health. Yeah, getting caught lying on a worldwide stage must be hard. You know, getting caught in a worldwide stage lying must be a bitch. I mean, what do you guys think? Okay, and I'm going to continue here. In this theories, Knauf is mentioned by name as Meghan and Harry intimate that William had authorized him to supply his evidence in the trials. Basically, yeah, what's wrong with that? Knauf's representatives denied, so they were angry, not that she lied, but it was proven that she lied, that she committed perjury in the courts. Okay. So we get our stuff correctly. Knauf's representatives denied this accusation as shown in a little card at the end of the show, saying that he remained neutral throughout the process. Here is a royal timeline about Knauf and how he went from trusted aide to a docuseries antagonist. And let me tell you, you should read the text messages between Knauf, Jason, and Meghan. He is so nasty to Mr. Markle. The way he talks about him and her family. Royal Household Communications 2015 to 2018. They didn't show all the Royal Household Communications. This is misleading. Knauf, he joined in 2015 and then he started working with Meghan. Okay. Okay, and then Knauf became one of Harry and Meghan's trusted allies, working closely with the couple and their media communications around the time of the 2018 wedding, including handling issues surrounding press stories about the Duchess' father, Thomas Markle. It wasn't press stories about Mr. Markle. There were stories about real. It was actually handling the truth about Meghan Markle that he had to cover. They had to beg and negotiate with the newspapers not to show Meghan Markle's skankiness. Okay. When in March 2019, it was announced that the Sussexes and Cambridges would no longer share one household, Knauf staying at Kensington Palace, becoming a senior advisor. Meghan bullying email in 2018. Reports of divisions of the Sussexes and Cambridges had appeared in the press, and this was confirmed in March 2021 after Harry and Meghan stepped away from the royal roles, according to a leaked email from Knauf, in which he voiced concerns that a bullying culture had developed at the palace and was perpetuated by Meghan. The email, which was sent to William's private secretary, was published in the Times of London in a story alleging that the Duchess had bullied staff members who wanted to speak out before the royals' interview with Oprah Winfrey. And the reason why they wanted to do that is because they knew that this nasty skank was going to trash him in a worldwide stage. And they also knew, this is the most terrible part, that they also knew that the royal family were going to throw them under the bus. Okay. Christine Raymond, it says that UK Parliament have just passed a bill. Oh, that is not true. They haven't even done the second reading. The second reading is to be done in November. So they haven't passed the bill. That is absolutely incorrect. Paula, you should be furious. Half your subscribers are being ghosted by YouTube. You should send them. I keep telling you guys to please check make sure that you're still subscribed. So we go here. I'm very concerned that the Duchess was able to bully two PAs out of the household in the past year. The email read, the treatment of X, name removed, was totally unacceptable. Knauf continued, the Duchess seems intent on always having someone in her sights. She's bullying Y and seeking to undermine her confidence. He went on, we have had report after report from people who have witnessed unacceptable behavior towards Y. Meghan spokespeople in the US issued a response to the story that she said the timing was evidently an attempt to discredit her. I mean, and then they promote him to work with the Earthshot Prize. And then we have Meghan Markle lawsuit evidence. While Knauf was employed with the Royal Foundation, he submitted evidence to the British High Court related to Meghan's lawsuit against Associated Newspapers over the publication of the letter written to her father. The evidence included a trove of letters and emails. We only saw a couple, guys, between Knauf and Meghan that Associated Newspapers argued showed the Duchess had composed the letter with the knowledge it would likely be leaked, as she had shown a draft to the press officer. They were absolutely spot on, and that judge is corrupt. He became a lord. I think he was rewarded with a lordship. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The evidence also showed that Meghan had provided Knauf with some background briefing about her life as she saw it, that he could relate to authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durant for Finding Freedom. This contrasted with Meghan's legal counsel's 2021 statement, which she signed under oath, that she and her husband did not collaborate with the authors on the book, nor were they interviewed for it, nor did they provide photographs to the authors for the book. The Duchess later apologized to the court and went on to win the privacy lawsuit in December 2021. During the Harry-Meghan docuseries, Knauf's submission of evidence to the court is documented as the royal couple react to the news while in the U.S. In the interview shown in the series, Jenny Afia, the couple's lawyer, says, when we were just about to go to the Court of Appeal, a senior member of the Duke Cambridge's team came forward to give this witness statement, which wasn't required. And sadly, there's no way he could have done this without the authority of his bosses. So what? So they are angry that proof of Meghan's and Harry's perjury was shown to the court. Okay? Knauf's legal representative told Netflix these claims are entirely false. Mr. Knauf was asked to provide evidence by both the Duchess of Sussex and Associated Newspapers. He was advised by counsel that evidence in his position could be relevant and then provided this directly to the court, staying neutral in the process. Yes, Meghan did ask them to provide evidence because she thought he was going to be in her favor because he had sent her nasty texts about her own father. Okay? I mean, Knauf made headlines in July 2022 when it was announced that the results of an internal review of bullying allegations made by former employees of Meghan, in which Knauf's 2018 email was presumably assessed, would not be made public. But it was. Then preceded the announcement that despite leaving the Royal Foundation only 6 months, he's talking about that. And yep, the whole thing was supposed to be hidden because Meghan unintentionally says here, misled the court. I mean, where do we go from here, guys? We didn't hear Parliament writing a letter or we didn't hear the courts persecuting Meghan Markle or charging her with blatant perjury. Harry just cost the taxpayers over £200,000 with that crazy thing that he had of pursuing the newspapers. Nobody's talking about his lawsuit, about the IPP. Have you noticed how it all has gone quiet? Have you noticed that? How that lawsuit about Harry's going after paid police protect paid police officers, when in the UK has gone quiet. Oh my goodness, is this true? Florida girl too? GB News have suspended that wouldn't Larence Fox. I mean, you guys teach me more when I'm online with you guys. I love it. I love, by the way, if you're my member, you have the number. You can call while I'm doing the live. Okay. I'm just, so let me check this. I don't see here. It doesn't say anywhere here that they've been suspended. Kelly Evans, what an excellent question. Paula, good question. Where do we go from here? No consequences for them. You beautiful people in the UK have the power to make them accountable. Harry and Meghan have no fear. They don't care about what they do because they're never held accountable. There are no consequences to their behavior. So why should they fear it? They're completely out of control. Go watch my video after we finish the live. Okay. And I'm going to see this. I don't see anything about that wouldn't being nothing. Oh, of course we have this news, of course. Exclusive. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's team requested cushions, new carpet, and outdoor space to film Harlan Elementary students for the Netflix documentary during 2021 New York visit. Harlem 123 school is one of the most impoverished schools there. $5 to these children are like here. It means 2 meals or even 3 meals. Okay. 5 meals if you go for certain things. And they were asking for cushions. They were asking for carpets. They were asking for outdoor space to film while they exploit the children. So they have no fear of being canceled because they are being protected. Because to this day, they have not been canceled. I am doing an Oprah video. I have 2 videos coming up about Harry and Meghan Markle. They're being financed by the royal family, who are the biggest donors to Archwell Foundation. They're not being chastised. Parliament is, I'm pretty sure Parliament is sending letters to censor people who speak out or call out Meghan Markle and Harry liars, while allowing them to trash everybody else and create diplomatic tensions with other countries. Now, I'm going to do a live on October 1st to celebrate Nigeria's Independence Day. Let's see if Meghan Markle, this is a platform you can come here and we can celebrate it together. And you can tell me all about the history of, and I like to put this question out there. You are not 43% Nigeria. That's a country. So which heritage in Nigeria are you from? Because let me tell you, your family tree. I am going to do a video called How Black is Meghan Markle, really? Because she's not that black. And I'm very baffled because I hear this all the time, the 1 drop rule about, if you have 1 drop of black, which actually was used by Hitler in Germany, even he had a limit. It went back to your grandmother and that's it. That didn't apply, only up to your grandmother. Okay. So then the royal family should be considered black because they have black in them. But anyways, I just wanted to say thank you. I have very good videos coming up. Please go watch my videos, like, share, and subscribe. Buy my merch. I'm having some new designs, new photos for the cups. I hope you buy them, and I hope you buy the raffles. You have to subscribe to sign up to buy the raffle because it's a secured website. So I hope you can buy some because it closes on Sunday and I haven't sold very many. So thank you very much for listening, beautiful people. I gotta let you go. Thank you very much for watching, for always being here. You have the power. I'm gonna try and find, there was this cartoon that somebody drew There was a bunch of people in a circle, and they're holding a platform, and there's only like 3 people sitting on top, right? And then suddenly they start walking away, and you can see the whole thing crumbling. So it's all of us who keep them on top. It is a constitutional monarchy, which means that the UK Parliament has a say on entirely everything about the royal family. Yes, the monarchy is a great thing as long as its members are respectable, honest, credible, and transparent, which we don't have right now. Oh, thank you, Queenie. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much. It's for the school, guys. All of the donors are gone. So I want to thank my friend for donating the painting, and it's beautiful painting. It's very expensive, and it's shipping included. So yes, thanks so very much for always supporting the channel. But think about everything. You have the power. People tell you the strength is in numbers. If you start a UK petition, I will promote the hell out of it in my channel and all YouTube channels, asking Parliament to legislate the use of royal titles, to limit, to state that the royal title should only be used by royals, by working royals, and on state occasions, to limit the privileges they get, the funding they get. And I have such a video about Oprah coming. You won't want to miss that one. Uy, ay, ay. Eso le va a doler. Esa mujer es terrible. So anyways, thanks for supporting as usual, guys. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to buy a raffle ticket. Hopefully you'll buy some. And thank you very much for always watching, and watch my video tomorrow.